pictures. Oh my god, it's Melissa! She rushed to my twin sister and totally forgot my presence. Worse, she was so excited that her hand swatted my hat, which exposed my fake green eye. The fangirl panicked and screamed, "Witch!" and pushed me backwards. Her push was so strong that I fell into the fruit crate and became the laughingstock of the whole supermarket that day. Hi, I'm Emily. Before I start my story, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I was a role model student with great achievements, but I was known to be shy and timid. However, Melissa was different. She was a beautiful and famous TikToker. We were often being compared, and I always felt like I was just a faulty copy of my twin sister. Things took a turn for worse after a car accident when I rushed to save Melissa and it resulted in a devastating injury to my eye. The doctor told me he would give me a brown prosthetic eye, but while I waited for it to be completed, I had to temporarily use a green one. Great! Just like that, I became a freak with two colored eyes. Because I was afraid of being teased and bullied, I often wore sunglasses and kept my head low. Unexpectedly, it brought me another problem. Once I accidentally bumped into Tim, a bully at school, and pissed him off. "Are you friggin' blind?" Suddenly, he looked at me curiously, then snatched my glasses and held them high. I panicked and tried to reach for them, but everyone had already seen my eyes and pointed at me while screaming. Gosh, I wished I could be invisible right then. Out of nowhere, a valiant-looking boy snatched the sunglasses from the douchebag and gently put them back on me. "Ignore them." Then he quickly led me away from the curious crowd. When no one paid attention to us anymore, I took a peek at him. It turned out that it was Eric, the son of a famous entertainment company's president. Coincidentally, it was also the company that Melissa was having a collaboration with. We sat down and he tried to calm me down while I was still hyperventilating. I look like a freak, right? "No, those people are just insensitive and ignorant. I think your eyes are beautiful. They make you unique." The word unique hit me hard. It was what I had always wanted to hear for a long time. Hearing that, I laughed happily and Eric immediately took a photo of me. He held out the picture. "See? You're absolutely stunning." Thanks to his kind words, I became so much more confident. Eric even went as far as posting that photo of me along with the story of me saving my sister in his social media. It attracted so many journalists and reporters, and they even contacted Eric to ask for an interview with me. My popularity suddenly skyrocketed. Somehow, Eric became my manager and he contacted eyewear advertisers to help me become a model. Finally, people focused on me and not my sister anymore. The world had better brace itself because I was coming on strong. Ever since I became famous, Melissa had been avoiding me more than she used to. I was pretty sure it was because of jealousy, but at least my relationship with Eric was perfect. He took care of me and helped me thrive. However, my busy work schedule was getting more and more intense. One night I returned home absolutely bone-tired and even a little feverish. I trudged onto the bed and fell asleep quickly. The next morning, I woke up slowly to find a cool towel on my forehead. However, I didn't have time to think about it because I was 1 hour late to school. When I was about to leave, I saw a luxurious car parked in front of me. Thank God Eric had come to pick me up. I rushed into my savior's car without noticing where he was taking me. By the time I realized it, I was even further from my school than I originally was. "Eric, I have a test today. Where are you taking me?" "Come on, you're too cool for school. Look where you are. I've taken you to an exclusive party for the most famous celebs in the US. "What? You?" Before I could speak, a series of journalists surrounded our car, and the flashes made me too dizzy to utter a word. Eric quickly pulled me out of the car and introduced me to many strangers. Even though I didn't want to be there, I didn't want to publicly humiliate myself either, so I played along. After that exhausting day, I finally got home. Little did I know, waiting for me was my furious parents. My mom roared, "Why did you miss your test at school today?" Well, I was stammering. My sister came out of her room. She showed Mom and Dad the pictures the journalists took of me at the party. Needless to say, they were outraged. No matter how busy Melissa was, she never skipped a test. How dare you act so full of yourself? Hearing that, all of my suppressed anger and bitterness broke out. Melissa! Always Melissa! I'm just as popular as her now. Why can't you stop comparing me to her? Then I ran away in my anger. Melissa chased after me and tried to hold me back. Don't be like that, please. We're just worrying about you. I swatted her hand away. Don't pretend to care, sis. Then I pushed her away and left. When I was most helpless, I turned to Eric again. The moment I heard his voice on the phone, I burst into tears. He said he would come pick me up immediately. I thought he would take me somewhere to take my mind off things, but unexpectedly, Eric took me to a photo studio. I turned to him in horror. I'm feeling miserable and you're taking me to work? Focus, Emily. Don't you want to be more popular than your sister? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do that. I turned around to leave, but Eric pushed me hard against the wall. Emily, I gave you the fame you always desired. Is this how you repay me? Just then, someone forcefully pushed Eric away from me. It was Melissa. She tried to hit Eric, but he quickly overpowered her. While he grabbed her hair, Melissa shouted, "Don't you dare take advantage of my sister like that!" Of course, I couldn't let that bastard attack my sister, so I quickly grabbed a chair and knocked him out. Serves you right, jerk. After that, my sister and I carried each other home. On the way, she confided a lot in me. It turned out she had been eaten up by guilt ever since my eye was ruined due to me saving her life. The guilt was so big that she didn't dare to face me, but just silently took care of me when I was sick. When she found out about me and Eric, she knew he was bad news from experience, so she tried to save me in return. Hearing that, I also regretfully apologized to her for always being jealous of her fame and tried to drive her away. After that incident, I no longer worked for Eric, and he had to compensate for the contract and his exploitation. As for me, I finally received the brown prosthetic eye. Thank God I can have my wonderfully ordinary life back now.
Hooray!